What's up, guys? So I'm just out here in my yard doing a little barbecuing and enjoying my view. Before we get started on today's video, I wanted to invite you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more videos just like this. All right, here we go. What's up, guys? So what we have for you today is this Bartesian premium cocktail maker. Their drinks on demand. So we actually got this at Costco.com, and the only reason, well, one of the many reasons I mentioned that is because Costco has a special promotion going on where you get 30 of the drink capsules included. You don't get that anywhere else, including the Bartesian website. So pretty much a Costco exclusive as far as I could find. They are $349 pretty much everywhere online for this actual machine. But with Costco, you get 30 of the capsules. Again, nowhere else had these. Seems like everywhere else you just get the machine and then you buy the capsules separate. Capsules are a little pricey at 6 of them for, I believe, $15. So this is a good little bonus. We'll get to that later though. Now, basically what this is, you can kind of think of it as like a Keurig type of machine for cocktails. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic. You determine your strength of everything. If you look right here, it shows you how it works. Now, it's simple as 1, 2, 3. You put the pod in, you select how strong you want it, and then a few other questions they may ask you depending on what it is. And then bam, it mixes the pod, which is basically the mixer. To go back to step one, it has this little barcode on it and it reads what's going on and knows what drink to make. And then it mixes it and boop, you got a craft cocktail at home without really having to do much work. First, it's the magic. So again, Costco.com only place you're gonna see this. As far as I know, and I did a pretty good amount of research before pulling the plug on this guy. Bam, there's your packaging experience. Look at that, almost reminds me of like a Zippo lighter or something, the way it opens up. But that's just that. So here you have 5 boxes of drinks. The capsules themselves, it comes with a Long Island iced tea, looking forward to that, a Cosmo, Uptown on the Rocks, or Uptown Rocks, a whiskey sour, margarita was a classic, and then the other classic, an old fashioned. So just to open this up to see what they're like, here's the pods themselves. Now, it's actually liquid in there. It's not a powder or anything like some of the other drink makers may have, but this one is actual mix, and you can see little particles of things floating in there. It kind of gives it a high quality look. You can tell this is diluted, or not diluted, because it is pretty thick. So this is definitely a concentrate that will get watered down a little bit and come out perfect. All right, so let's get to the machine itself. All right, so how this machine actually works. So it has these bottles, they're glass. It comes with 5 bottles, but there's actually only 4 slots here. And what you do is, they're all labeled. Like this one says rum, this one gin, the vodka, tequila, and whiskey. If you look here, it has a slot for all of them except the gin and rum. They basically hold, or this part of the machine accepts both bottles. So depending on the drink you're making, if it requires gin or rum, it'll just ask you to make sure that you have the gin in here or the rum. And, you know, I don't think it'd be the end of the world if you use gin and replace the rum for some drinks. It's all personal preference, I'm sure. So these actually feel, you know, like quality bottles. They're nice, sturdy, filling glass. They don't feel flimsy at all. I would suggest washing them in the dishwasher before use, obviously, because you're gonna have, you know, pretty strong spirits in here, and they're not cheap, as we all know, so you don't want the taste or anything to be contaminated just by these dirty bottles for their first use. But basically all you do is you put, these things remind me of baby bottles, adult baby bottles, for sure, look at that. But that's besides the point. All you do is this is the vodka, it goes in the vodka, bam, just like that. And then this is the rum, which I'll probably be using more than gin. Goes in there, clicks right in. Tequila, it's always fun. Tequila in the back. It creeps up on you, out of nowhere too. And then whiskey. The gentleman's drink, bam, goes right there. Again, gin and rum share a port, so there'll always be an odd bottle floating around, which is good to have spares though. They are, again, labeled too, so you know which spirit goes in what. It's right on the top, easy to keep track of. One thing you want to notice too, this again reminds me of something I haven't seen in a while, is going out to a bar because of the pandemic and everything, but a little bar mat that's gonna just pick up the little spills that you might have here and there. This whole thing is definitely bar inspired. I remember first time I saw it, it reminded me of just like a tap you'd see at a bar that would have, you know, just the mixers coming out of it or whatever. So they definitely knew what they were doing. Now here is where the pod's gonna actually go. You're just gonna drop it in there. I'm not gonna put one in because it'd be a waste of it right now. But you just put one in and then you close it down and boop. All the programming will pop up on the screen and it'll go from there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up, set up on the kitchen counter, and then we are going to go from there. Let's peel this bad boy. Love that sound. All right, so we got it downstairs now and all set up in its permanent home right here in our bar next to our wine fridge. And so let's walk you through the first use. Now we've actually already used this, and spoiler alert, it was great. So before we did that, what we did is you go to this main menu here, and then you're greeted when you first turn it on. There's this option. It basically just tells you to insert your capsule and close the lid. As you can tell, there isn't a capsule in there. So what we're gonna do is just walk you through the cleaning it for the first time. Basically what you're gonna do is press on this gear icon and you're greeted with this menu here. There's a first use, switch, rinse clean, transport, and the main menu. The main menu just takes you back to that, so you're gonna wanna hit the gear again. And then first use is basically just going to prime the water from here and then flush some water out. And the switch is going to be in order for you to switch where the actual liquor is stored. So you can see here, here's gin, rum, vodka, tequila, whiskey. If you wanted to rotate these around in a different order, you can. Don't know why you'd want to do that because they're actually labeled on the machine is what goes to what. Only thing I could think of is if maybe, say, you used the tequila up fairly quickly and then it was hard to reach versus you never used the whiskey. You can switch them around, but we're just gonna go ahead and leave that as that. The rinse clean is kind of self-explanatory. So I already did this, and basically what it did was suck water that I had filled in these bottles and in the back out and just rinse off all the lines. I did that before using it for the first time, along with actually washing these in the dishwasher. And then transport, basically what transport does, kind of similar, but it just removes all the liquid out of the lines and then pours it out of here. And then it says, upon arrival at new location, run first use immediately. So just to give you a little sample of how it works, we're gonna run the first use. It's gonna take this cup, pour it in here, click first use, and then ensure there's water in the reservoir, which there is. It's W. And there you go. Just as simple as that. Now, as far as the actual drinks go, the wife and I have already tried this out. I went ahead and did the Long Island iced tea on strong, and she did the margarita on regular. That Long Island iced tea on strong was surprisingly potent. It says it uses 4.6 ounces of liquor, which is quite a bit actually. So it felt like 2 drinks in one basically, which it pretty much was. If you look at some of the other drinks, the liquor content basically was 2 in 1. If you look at that Uptown Rocks, that's 2.5 ounces on strong, whereas this was 4.6. So that was good to go. It really had good flavor too. It's a Long Island, so it's always going to be strong, but the flavor was definitely nice. The margarita tasted a lot better than we both thought it would. We just had a little taste of them. That was really smooth and had a definite restaurant bar quality taste to it for sure. So that was a favorite. And all in all, this thing was been a must buy for us. It has come in handy for just a little bit of use that we've had, but we can see ourselves using it a whole lot more in the near future. We would definitely recommend it. And again, we chose this over the Drinks Works because you can choose the kind of liquor you put in here, the strength, and it's just kind of a better looking machine. You see when the machine itself is running, it kind of bubbles as it's removing some of the liquor, and it just kind of gives it like a cool science experiment vibe. All right, so that's gonna do it for this one. Definitely recommend this. There'll be links in the description where you can get the machine and then the capsules and everything else. Till next time, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for lots more videos just like this. Peace.